Hello, my friends. My name is Tom, your friend and host, American Patriot. To all you American Patriots, please thumb up the video. You know I enjoy that. This story is amazing. It's lengthy. You are going to want to watch the whole thing. I've recorded portions of this video in the past, and this is an updated video. Now, a man gets shot 5 times by a 9mm full metal jacket. In this video, you're going to see his story from beginning to end. 3 other people were murdered in his small little home, and he somehow survived being shot 5 times, including once in the face, 3 in the chest. You'll see. Now, let's talk ballistics, and let's zoom in on what he was shot with. A Glock on the right. Let's zoom in on the 9mm full metal jacket on the left, okay? What if it was, let's just talk hypothetically as you hear him tell his story. Now, by the way, I have to tell you, I met him at an Applebee's, and he started telling me his story. His name is Bo, and I said, Bo, before you tell me the story, I'm going to run outside to my vehicle, I'm going to get my camera, and I want to hear it the first time from you live. So it's really true to the story. And he goes, well, you're going to have to guide me through it. So I guided him through the interview. And what if he was shot with a hollow point 9mm there in the middle? 3 in the chest, 1 in the arm. You'll see. Oh my gosh, went through his face, got stuck in his jaw. What if he was shot with a 45 right there, that big massive 45? This is all close range, within 3 to 5 feet. Hollow point. Or what if it was a 357 SIG hollow point? What if it was a 9mm hollow point, like I said? What if it was a 40 cal? Anything. Let's talk about ballistics and how he lived. Here's the video, and the update is, as we know, he lived. He ended up going on to meet a girl in Tampa, Florida, getting married, and having a beautiful baby girl. Wonderful story, kinda, but he did lose 3 family members. Brother got life in prison, as you'll see here in a moment. Maybe the death penalty. It's still up in the air, that portion of it. So let's move on with the video. Watch the whole thing. Let's talk about ballistics. I didn't talk about ballistics too much with Bo, but with you right now, I'm telling you, think about ballistics. Here's my intro a little bit more. Hi, my friends. My name is Tom, your host and friend from Weapons Education, and this video is a miraculous video. I want you to please watch every moment of it. It has to do with a sad story, one of the worst mass shootings in a small city called Brooksville, Florida. A man who survived a miraculous shooting. He was shot 5 times. 3 in the chest, 1 in the forearm, blew his whole forearm apart. The round went through his arm, killed his younger brother. Multiple people dead overall. You'll hear Bo articulately explain second to second to second exactly what happened. So proud to have met Bo. He's a living angel. He's a quality human being. And here you go. Watch the whole video, my friends. And I just met him in Brooksville, Florida. Shot 5 times, and this is not a very pleasant story. But I told Bo we have to come outside. We're at an Applebee's. We have to come outside and tell your story. Bo's story is amazing. He was shot 5 times, survived, and lost many, many family members. Bo, this was what, 5+ years ago? 5-6 years ago?
Yes, sir, 5-6 years ago.
So, all right, tell us exactly what happened.
Well, about 5 or 6 years ago, probably about 3 weeks from now, 2 weeks from now, on Labor Day weekend, my brother, my father's son, we have the same father, he lost it and did a bunch of shooting, and
Was he drunk? Was he out of it? Was he on? Why would he?
He's not a heavy drug user. So if he was on any kind of drugs, it probably affected him, more.
Well, you don't know.
But
because he's got a pending life sentence. And
yeah, he has a pending life sentence, so we don't exactly know what he was. Just as far as we know, he just flipped out, and it wasn't anything that.
So you're at a family get together.
Labor
Day weekend.
Friday night, the weekend before Labor Day. We're just doing our normal routine Friday night, around 9:30, 10 o'clock. He got some bad news from my little brother, and I came in the house at the time where he just had got the bad news, and I didn't see it coming.
He just pulled his gun? Where did he get the gun from?
He had the gun with him. He always has his gun.
Yeah.
And that night he was wanting to sell his car. He was doing kind of bad, and he has a nice car, so when he wants to sell it, because he can get a nice piece of change for his car, and he's really down on his money right now. I just sold my truck a couple of weeks ago to this kid I knew, and I made a suggestion to him that he could sell his car probably to one of his, somebody like that. If he, I know a couple people. So I was, trying to sell his car for him. I was asking him to give me his phone so I could send the pictures of his car to my phone so I could show the guys, his car. It's a pretty nice car too. 73 Monte Carlo. And
so he's upset about that. And then what did he do?
He's holding all that in. He's holding all that in because I don't know what he's upset.
Do exactly?
He asks me. He's like, do you think?
How did it start?
He was like, he just asked me. He's like, do you think I could? Do you think you could sell? I'll take $5,500 for the car.
This is in front of your family.
This is me and him are outside.
Okay, got it.
My mom and my grandmother are all inside. We're outside on the porch, and he asked me. He's like,
and you ultimately got shot how many times?
5 times.
All right, go ahead.
So he asked me.
How many people died?
3.
Go ahead.
He asks me, can I sell the car for him? Or does he know anybody that wants a car? He sells $5,500. Well, the car's worth about $15,000.
All right.
And I told him I knew a couple of people or whatever. And long story short, my little brother comes from up the road as I'm getting all these pictures out of his phone, sending them to my phone, about 5 or 6 pictures. My little brother comes in from up the road, and he goes in the house. I think nothing of it. Mind you, this is my little brother, not his little brother.
Yeah.
He's my brother because we have the same father. My little brother is my brother because we have the same mother.
Okay.
So my little brother goes in the house. A minute later, he sends my niece outside. He sends my niece outside on the porch and tells my niece to ask my older brother to come in the house. He has something to tell him. So when my niece asks him to come in the house, he hesitates, and I tell him, go ahead and see, what my little brother wants, because it's going to take me another minute or 2 to send these pictures. So I go in the house a minute or 2 later.
You didn't think nothing of it?
Didn't think anything of it. I go in the house after he goes in the house. My mom, she's sitting at the kitchen table. I walk past her. No, didn't think anything of it. People always ask me, did you see it coming? I'm in my mom's house Friday night. My grandma's in the room. Both of my brothers in here. My niece is in the house. I don't see this coming. I don't think that this is going to happen. I go into the bathroom. He's in the bathroom looking in the mirror. My little brother is standing on the outside of the door. I feel like I interrupted them from talking or whatever they had going on. So I was just like, just standing there in a blank daze, just wondering what they had going on.
What did he do?
And he was just sitting there with the gun in his hand, looking in the mirror. And I didn't, I'm always around him with his gun in his hand and stuff.
Yeah.
There's nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay.
So I look at my little brother. I look back at him. My next thing that I was gonna do was say, whatever, y'all are pretty quiet. So it seems like y'all are just stopping whatever y'all are talking about because I came up. So let me just leave y'all be. And as I sit there and I think about that for like a split second, the gun is pointed at me, but he's looking at the mirror, and I'm not thinking anything of it. I look at my little brother again, and I look back at him. As I look at him, I see the gun pointing at me, but it's not really like a point at me. He's like, I'm in a daze a little bit. So the next thing you know, wow, he shoots the first shot, and it goes past my head.
Wow.
into the
How old is he?
How old is he?
Yeah.
He is, at the time when he did it, he was
5 years ago.
41.
Did he legally own the gun?
No, he didn't legally own the gun.
Okay, got it. Go ahead, forward.
He shot the first shot, and it was so quick because as he shot the first shot, I turned around, so I turned back around. As I turn back around, I get hit for the first time right here in my shoulder.
Pull your shirt off, because
I get hit right here in the first time from in my shoulder.
God.
And it just I've never been shot by a bullet.
Metal jacket.
I've never been shot before. So it was just like what I can really relate it to, because I play video games a lot, is it's like a flashbang on Call of Duty. And I was just like, I couldn't hear. It was like a real loud, high-pitched ringing noise. And enormous pain in my shoulder. So I'm sitting there like in a daze, like when I got the first bullet that shot me, it shot me, and it's like I stood there. And then my little brother, he forces himself like towards him and like bumps me, and the bullet goes through my arm right here and shatters my forearm.
He shot a second shot?
He shoots the second shot, and it shatters.
What kind of gun do you have,
9mm.
9mm.
And it goes through my arm, and it hits my little brother. It was a Glock.
Yeah, okay.
It goes through my arm, and it hits my little brother in his face.
What did they do to repair your arm?
They put a rod in my arm, because the bone, it got blue. It got, normally a bone breaks like that, and they put it together. This bone right here just blew apart, so they had to put a rod to connect it. The shoulder, my shoulder still just, it healed on it. It basically healed on its own. Yeah.
Okay, now where's your third shot?
The third shot, well, when he shot me in my arm right here, my little brother falls on the ground, and I'm just so shocked. I'm standing here.
And you're shot twice now.
And I'm shot twice. He comes up from behind. I'm not really focused. I don't really remember exactly what angle I'm at, because I think if my brother was laying on the ground, because he comes up behind me and he puts the gun right to my face like this.
Your brother put the gun, George put the gun to your face?
Yeah, as I'm looking at I'm looking at my little brother on the ground, he puts the gun to my face and pulls the trigger. Boom.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, all I hear is a pop, like a
click,
like that, and I fall out. I'm unconscious.
Wait a minute, he shot you?
Yeah, he shot me in the face right here.
Oh my God, I don't know the whole story. You're telling me fresh.
Yeah,
You're telling the world fresh.
He stuck the gun to my face like this, and he pulled the trigger.
So
boom.
Where'd the bullet go?
The bullet went in my cheek and through the top of my mouth, over my teeth, saved all my teeth. I didn't get any of my teeth knocked out or anything like that. The bullet was stuck right here above my lip right here, like this, inside my mouth. So I had to get this tooth right here. Pulled out. They had to pull that tooth out and go inside my mouth and get the bullet and bring it back out, so they wouldn't have to cut my face open. So now all it left is this little hole right here in it.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, okay. So that's what, shot 3?
That's shot 3 times. Well, when I got shot in my face, I fell out cold. I was out on the ground cold. My brother that got shot in his face, in the front of his face, he's on the ground flapping all around and stuff.
So George shot
my little brother, his name is Ralph.
He shot Ralph, and then what happened to Ralph?
Ralph falls on the ground, and he got shot in the front of his face. He's instantly dying. He got, his brains got blowed out.
Yeah, he died.
He died. He's dying. But he's not. He's moving around and stuff. Me, I'm not dying. I'm laying on the ground.
Yeah.
Out cold. He thinks that I'm dead because he just shot me close range in the back of my head.
Oh, the shooter. I got it.
Yeah. George,
the shooter thinks you're dead. Got it.
Right. So now
this is fresh reality. Yeah.
Yeah. Now because I'm out cold. The story when they filled the rest of this story in, my mom.
The news, yeah.
My mom fills me in. Yeah. She says that he comes back to the kitchen. My mom says that she knew something was wrong, so she got up off out of the table and went out of the back door. She didn't even go investigate to see what was going on, because she just heard a whole bunch of shooting in the hallway, so she knew something was wrong. So she said she left out. She said she goes in the back of the yard and she sees my brother George come out of the back door looking for her. Well, he couldn't find her, so he goes to the front and he sees his girlfriend. His girlfriend is spazzing out because she goes in the house and she sees all this fucking blood and shit, and she's just like, wow, like, what have you done? Well, my mom's sitting in the back of the yard in the dark, hiding, and my brother, he's telling her, I just killed these motherfuckers. I just shot him. I just shot him. And he's telling his girlfriend that. Well, his girlfriend is so ecstatic and so, irate. She don't,
she can't comprehend.
She can't comprehend what's going on. She's, spazzing out. He shoots her 2 times in the back of her head and kills her.
Oh my God.
My mom thinks that it's all over, so she goes back in the house. She gets my niece and her boyfriend. My mom's boyfriend is in her room, scared to death, not wanting to come out the room. He pulls my mom and my niece in the room with him. They don't even know that my grandmother's in the other room. The house is only, it's a little house.
Small house, yeah.
Right. He doesn't even know my grandmother's in they don't even know my grandmother's in the other room. So they pull, my mom's boyfriend pulls my mom and my niece in the room with him. As they go in the room with him, I can hear my mom, because I'm coming back conscious a little bit. I can hear her say, "Oh my God, they're dead. My kids are dead."
Blood in your mouth.
Right. I got. When I come back, when I finally get back to like my eyes are open, I'm in a puddle of blood, like literally, it feels like I'm in blood.
Your shoulder, arm, face.
Shoulder, arm, face. My brother comes back at this time as I'm good thing that I'm not totally conscious, totally waking up, totally back, fully functional. Because he's coming. If he sees me moving, I get 2 more bullets. I get a couple more bullets in me. He comes back over and steps over me. And as my first full sight, where I'm fully conscious, is his heel stepping in the front of my face. So I'm looking at his heel. This is how close I am to him. Like his heel is like.
He thinks you're dead.
He thinks I'm dead. So he's going in the room where my grandmother's at.
He's going to kill her.
And he's going to kill her.
Oh,
he points a gun at her. I'm fully, I'm awake, but I'm just I can't move. I don't know why I can't move. I'm just like, first of all, my shoulders messed up and my forearms messed up on both sides of my body. So I can't just like get up.
Yeah.
So I hear him say, "You're not going to be able to tell anybody this." But I don't hear I see the fire and I see the flash. I can't hear it because my ears are like, I don't know. It was so like the gunshots are so loud. It's like you can't hear them.
Yeah, your ears went numb a little bit.
Yeah, like right, exactly.
Everything's going on.
And he says, I hear him right before he shoots the gun. You're not going to be able to tell anybody this.
Oh, so he's trying to shut everyone up? That's his motive at this point?
So that's his motive at this point. That's his motive. He shot my grandmother 1 time in the face, in the mouth, right here. Well, when he did that, they asked me, I tell them.
Now, you're only shot 3 times at this point.
I'm shot 3 times at this point, and I'm out cold, unconscious. The doctor said when I got shot in my jaw, it was like somebody punched me in my jaw. And, I suffered a knockout from that. Well, I was out cold. Before I could move, I couldn't move. I just couldn't move. I'm telling myself, get up, but I couldn't move. And as I'm saying get up, he steps across me. He does the shooting to my grandmother, and I'm standing up, and I don't even know how. I'm just like upright, and I always say this because I feel like somebody grabbed me underneath my arms, and.
Do you think it was Jesus, or what do you think?
And to me, I feel like at that moment, so much is going on, that we can't explain.
Yeah, exactly.
Life and all that stuff. Life is being taken. Yeah. Life is being messed with at this second. I don't know. I feel like
so
that
continue on. So what happens next?
So when I feel that I'm up, I could touch him. I could literally touch him if I wanted to. Now, I can't explain how. The hallway is bloody.
You couldn't. You have no arms. You couldn't do nothing.
I couldn't do anything. I couldn't physically say anything to him.
Yeah.
Now I wonder. I always ask myself. I say, why didn't he see me? How didn't he see me when he's right here? But how didn't he hear me? See, he didn't hear me or he didn't see me because he just shot an 82-year-old lady in the face. All of his attention is on her. He can't hear anything because the sound of the gunshots messes his ears up, and then the focus of a dead body, an 82-year-old lady that he knows is my grandmother. Even though he's a cold-blooded killer, he cannot get his eyes.
He can't fathom what he did.
He can't fathom what he did. So I'm able to backpedal out of the, I backpedal all the way down the hallway.
Second to second, go ahead.
I backpedal all the way up to the hallway. I go to the back door, and when I get to the back door, I realize that I can't open the door. I can't twist the knob. Every time I just can't twist it. I'm like, and I'm trying my hardest, and I'm like, oh my God, I cannot get out of this door. So I have to go back to the front door. The hallway.
Did you try pleading with him? Hey, don't shoot me again, or
at the end of it? At the end of it all, I did.
Go ahead.
So I come to the front. I go down the hall, or I come out of the back door, and I go past the hallway in the where he's down. I peek down the hallway. He's looking at the spot where I was at, and he's like,
"Where the hell is he?
Where the hell is he? I just shot this kid in the back of his head. Where the hell is he?
He wants no witnesses.
He wants no witnesses. Where is this? Where am I at?" So he looks up the hallway, and we lock eyes. So I just bolt towards the front door. Well, the front door is halfway open. Like it's like a little cracked open where I don't have to twist the knob, and then I can just snatch it open and go out of it. I run out of the front door, and I run into the pillar, my mom's pillar on her porch, and I hit it, and I fall on the ground. And I swear my life is over at this second, but he's not there yet. So I try to get off the ground, and I realize that my arms and shit are still messed up real bad. So I gotta roll over and get off the ground, like, just so.
So how many people has he killed at this point?
At this point, he's only killed my little brother's the only person that's dead. Oh, and his wife. No. Oh no. Yeah. At this point, everyone's dead. All the 3 people that he killed. He came in the house. He killed my grandmother. Came back in the house. Killed my grandmother. He killed my little brother before he left out of the house. Then he killed his girlfriend when he left out of the house.
Okay. Okay.
So everybody's dead right this second.
So 3 dead.
3 dead.
And then you're shot.
And I'm shot 3 times. I'm shot 3 times. So I get up off the ground in front of my mom's yard, and I take off running through the alley, through the cut. And I get to the other street, and I see this girl that I know. I see her, and I wave her down. Well, there's a bullet in my face, and I can't really talk like I'm like, ugh. So she's like looking at me, and I'm like looking at her. I'm like, open the door, because I can't open the door, but she's not knowing what's going on. She's just looking at me, shocked like hell. I just came out of the woods, bleeding out of my face and all kind of shit. So she's sitting there with her eyes big, like, and all of a sudden I look up, and he's coming out of the cut too. So I figure if I stay here, both of us are dead. So I took off running again. So I run down to the bottom of the road, and he comes behind me, and for some reason he could have shot me like running behind me, but he didn't. He gets to the bottom of the road, and there's a car in between us. We're playing Ring Around the Rosie with the car.
Yeah.
Anybody did that before, it's almost impossible to catch the person that you're catching when the car's in between them. Because all you're going to do is just go around and around and around and around.
Was he talking verbally?
Nah, he wasn't talking. He's just trying to point the gun, and I'm trying to duck, and I'm trying to run all around the car and stuff. And then the car moves. The car moves and leaves.
Who's driving it?
I have no clue who's driving that car. They leave. And me and him are sitting there face to face, and I go up and I just grab it. Like I say, my arms and shit are fucked up.
Yeah.
But I'm just still, my adrenaline is pumping. That's what I'm wondering. I'm guessing. So when I grab his arm and we're sitting there fighting, and I'm like, bro, what are you doing? I mean, I love you to death. You're my brother. I'm screaming as loud as I can, pleading as hard as I can
for your life,
for my life. In this situation, trying to get through to him. Please stop shooting me. And he shoots me another time in my chest.
Crap.
He shoots me one more time right here, and then he shoots me in the shoulder area right here, and it's just too much for me to bear anymore. So
another inch down, you realize that would have been your
my heart. Yeah. So I fall on the ground. He stands over me, and I'm just like, man. I'm looking at the bullet in the barrel of the gun.
Oh my God! After 5 shots, go ahead.
And I'm like, I'm just
first time I'm hearing this.
I can't even do like this or nothing. Because my arms are so messed up.
5 shots.
So I'm looking at him, and his body just starts lighting, like, it's getting brighter and brighter. And everything's going so slow to me. So when this light, I'm thinking, man, here comes the light that everybody's talking about,
Yeah.
when you're getting ready to die. And I'm like, man, this is it. And the light just gets brighter and brighter and brighter. and I didn't even see a truck. I can't explain how I'm sitting on the ground in the middle of the road and he gets hit by a truck and I don't get ran over by the truck.
So he gets hit by a truck?
Yeah, because this light, I'm sitting, he's standing, I'm laying down and he's at the foot of me. And I'm looking at him and his body's getting brighter and brighter and brighter, and all of a sudden it's just,
oh man.
And I was like, wow.
Holy crap.
And I tell everybody.
Some driver.
Yeah, the principal, he's the principal of the gifted school.
In Brooksville, Florida.
In Brooksville. He's a big black dude.
And then
he's like an offensive lineman.
Yeah,
and I was like, he's like my blind side, my protector. Like, it was crazy because.
And so he ran your brother.
He ran him over, and my brother broke his neck, broke both of his legs, broke both of his arms.
Oh
and
my
he was
God!
just
and he
totally
stopped.
Done. Yeah.
And then go ahead. I don't know.
And then, you know, I just fall out from all of this, just exhausted. And then next thing you know,
you're in a hospital bed.
This girl, she's standing over me. A friend of mine, I know, she's standing over me. She's totally calm. She's way younger than me too. She wasn't supposed to be this calm in this situation. She was so calm and she helped me out her name is Bree Williams. She helped me out. So, like, she just made me feel like I wasn't gonna die. I thought I was gonna die.
Jesus sent her to you to save you.
Right.
And the driver who hit your brother.
Man, and it was just, when he hit him, it seemed like, everybody asks me, like, you know, they always ask me, like, how did that feel? How does that feel? This is how it felt when he hit him with the truck. Just imagine you're falling out of an airplane, right? And you're about to hit the ground. And you know that Superman does not exist. You know that he doesn't exist. And you're just saying, man, one more half of a second, I'm gonna hit this ground wide open and splat. But all of a sudden, you think that Superman don't exist. He comes in before you hit the ground. That's how that felt.
Wow, that was something supernatural. That was
I could not.
That was Jesus Christ saving you.
Yeah, it was. And man.
And so then, what was the next thing? I guess
the next thing, like I say, Bree, she just helped me get up out of the middle of the road. She takes me to this house right, you know, a couple feet to the left. I went over there. I couldn't move anymore. I just laid there, and then, I mean, the ambulance and everything was coming from there. I got bay-flighted.
How long were you hospitalized?
14 days.
5 shots.
5 shots. I never went into intensive care. I was in the trauma ward, but I was the least worried about a person there. Like, you know, I wasn't critical. I was never critical. That's what it was.
Ultimately, let's talk about the ultimate end factor. He shot exactly who and how many times did he shoot each person?
He shot my grandmother 1 time in her face. He shot my little brother 2 times. He shot his girl. No, he shot my little brother 3 times, and he shot his girl 2 times.
So that's 3 dead. And
everybody got shot less times than me. I got shot 5 times. And everybody got shot in the head.
So now everyone's going to ask the question, well, what made him snap? What made him snap? I asked you this in the beginning. Now you've been talking about it. Just what made him snap? What makes these serial killers, not serial killers, these mass shooters snap?
Snap.
Yeah.
Well, to me, honestly, he looks at me. We kind of look the same. We do look the same. Like, he's my older brother by 10 years.
Yeah, but I'm talking snap till murder.
Right. A lot of stuff collectively added up to this. Him seeing me 10 years younger than him, doing everything that, you know, I'm just to be honest, I was just a better version of him, and he knew that. Like, he people get like that. I mean, envy and jealousy.
Was he under psychiatric care? Was he?
He was one of those people that everybody knew was not. He wasn't a type of person that was stable. Like, he wasn't a regular person that just flipped into. You know, he's been in prison for his whole life. He's a bully. He's a real not. He's not
tough guy.
Yeah,
tough,
right.
Crazy.
Yeah, right.
From day one.
From day one, he's always been.
So he was predicted. This was predictable.
This was kind of This didn't surprise anybody. You know, not the severity of the situation surprised everybody, but just when they, like, right now, a couple years later, everybody's talking about it. I mean, you got people that come back that went to school with him and stuff, and are like, Oh yeah, he was fucking nuts like a motherfucker in school. Like he would be over there at the end of the playground when everybody be over here. He'd be over there looking crazy, you know, and just.
Yeah. Well, Bo, you're a true miracle, and thank you for sharing this story on weaponseducation.com. A lot of people will learn from it. If there's any tips you can give about stopping something like this in the future, is there anything and any warning sign?
Yeah, if I had to say, I did have a warning sign, but I didn't feel like it was a warning sign. See, siblings, brothers and sisters, and you know, they do this all the time. They compete against each other, not knowing how the competition is really like me thinking that it was just
Fun
you know
games.
Fun games, rubbing it in when I do stuff, you know,
bullying each other and all
right,
that. Yeah.
exactly. And I just ultimately I don't think people should just play like that, because it could get to where you don't.
He's always been a
jealous,
tough
envious
guy.
type of tough guy that can't really take. He's not the type of person that you want to joke around with when you.
Well, now he's on death row.
Yeah, now he's on. No, he's not on death row.
Well, explain that end of the story.
Well, he got sentenced to 5 years.
5 years.
5 life sentences.
That makes
five
more
life
sense.
sentences, all consecutive. All running separately, and all this.
So where is he, in Stark Prison in Florida, or where is he?
I'm not exactly sure where he's at, but the law changed right when he was at the. He was one of the second people. I want to say in Florida, that when the law changed where it had to be a unanimous decision with the jury.
Oh.
He was the second person under that.
Yeah, so it could have been like 6-1 or.
It was
11-1.
it was 11-1.
11-1.
It was 11-1, and that's why he didn't get the.
Well, Bo, God bless you for staying alive, and thank you for sharing your story. My name is Tom, the host of weaponseducation.com. Here you are. I met him here at Applebee's. He told me, he showed me his wounds. He told me his story. I said, we got to do a video and share this with the world. You guys throw in your comments on this one. This is the real deal.
Yeah.
This is a man who was shot 5 times and lost 3 family members right in front of his eyes. And there's his story. I'll leave it up to you for the comments. Thank you, Bo.
Yes, man. Yes, sir.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Bye-bye.